Good morning. It's Dave here on this Tuesday of Holy Week with your thought for the day. This is a drama-filled week, and on Tuesday of Holy Week, this is the day they think that the religious leaders who were so upset at Jesus for establishing himself as a spiritual authority, that today's the day they organized an ambush with the intent to place him under arrest. But Jesus evades their traps and pronounces harsh judgment on them. And this is where in Matthew 23 we have his teachings on the seven woes. Later that afternoon, Jesus and his disciples, they leave the city and they head to the Mount of Olives. And if you've been to the region, you know the Mount of Olives sit just due east of the temple. And from this vantage point, they would have spent the afternoon overlooking Jerusalem. And it's here where Jesus gives what scholars call the Olivet Discourse, which is an elaborate prophecy about the destruction of Jerusalem. And he speaks as usual in parables, using all kinds of language that is rich in symbolism. Scriptures indicate that this is also the day when Judas Iscariot negotiates with the Sanhedrin, and where he puts in action the plan to betray Jesus. And then after a tiring day of confrontation and warnings about the future, once again, Jesus and the disciples return to Bethany to stay the night. And so Tuesday of Holy Week, I don't know what your day is going to be like, but if it's tumultuous, if it's full of confrontation, it's about right, because that was certainly the feeling you get about Tuesday and Holy Week, that it's really full of confrontation and of these things going on in the background and wondering with so much uncertainty what's going to happen. Not unlike our days today, where we're all really uncertain about how long we're going to be here at home. And I'd encourage you, though, to continue to be praying, to pray for your neighbors, it's hard to get to know your neighbors because we can't really get close and we're sheltering at home, but do pray for them. And especially as so many are going through such difficult times, whether their jobs are impacted or whether they're cut off from family because their families live too far away or in another country. And, our prayers can make such a difference. And I would encourage you to go easy today. It's amazing how the drama of Holy Week, the things going on, this can often be a difficult week, and it's not surprising that it is. So go slow, be gracious to yourself. Don't try to achieve one or two things less than you intended. That tends to be a good rule of thumb for me. And be mindful that today, so many years ago, there was so much happening behind the scenes. And though it seemed difficult, though it was unending, though there was full of confrontation, full of conflict, full of tumultuous activity, it was really that activity that set the stage to enable Jesus to redeem the world, to save us from our sins, to defeat death, to defeat the world, to defeat the enemy. So we're praying for you, every blessing to you, and look forward to seeing you soon, and certainly we'll be seeing you online for the events happening this week. Every blessing.